A lawsuit filed by the Confederated Tribes of the Coos, Lower Umpqua, and Siuslaw Indians alleges that the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, conducted insufficient analysis of offshore wind energy impacts. Lexi report.
Development of offshore wind energy areas are set to take place in two regions off the Oregon coast near Coos Bay and Brookings. BOEM recently authorized the sale of leases for approximately 195,000 acres for wind energy development. The areas are within the tribe's ancestral territory, which contain critical fish and marine wildlife habitats. According to the tribes, BOEM turned a blind eye not only to environmental impacts, but also operational effects.
You can't do that. You need to look at the totality of the project and its impacts. You can't segment out leasing from construction and operation. You need to look at all impacts before you make a decision to figure out what are the impacts going to be to fish and whales and marine habitats and cultural resources, and to the coastal communities and tribes that depend on all of those.
The sale is scheduled for October 15th, and Rick said that the Biden administration is pushing BOEM to move very quickly.
That ties their hands from taking the time to finish those kinds of studies and to figure out what the impacts are, or ways to mitigate those impacts. And frankly, the tribe doesn't believe that the risk to the environment and to the resources in the environment should be put at risk because of what's frankly a arbitrary deadline.
Impacted communities, including local elected officials, have reached out to BOEM asking for a delay, but BOEM, which did not want to comment on pending litigation, has not demonstrated a willingness to push the deadline back. Coos County Commissioner said that he's against the wind energy project himself.
Our whole board is against the wind farms. People should know is that in Virginia and Rhode Island, it's already been passed in their legislatures, and it's been talked about at least twice in our Oregon legislature is feed-in tariff, like feed the cows. Feed-in tariff, if you don't know, very complicated, but simply put, if something goes wrong with the multi-billion-dollar project off our coast, the ratepayers are on the hook for making the investors whole. Imagine what your power bill might be. Oh my gosh.
The tribal lawsuit was made with the intent to stop the October lease sale and force BOEM to do a comprehensive environmental impact statement to see the impact wind energy will have on coastal resources. According to Senator Merkley, it's important to have a process that engages all the stakeholders.
The state has set up such a process because BOEM didn't. And well, the right thing now is for BOEM to step down and let the state have the same process, bringing in the stakeholders, hearing everyone out, and seeing if there is a win-win answer to this, recognizing that there's really no rush because offshore wind is way too expensive for any to buy it in the near future. So it's not going to be built in the near future. So there's no need to rush to lease right now.
Rick said that the lawsuit specifically claims BOEM violated the Federal National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA. In Coos County reporting, I'm Lexi Ryan.